Have you ever eaten something so good, so perfect, that it almost feels like a mystery? Well, today we're putting on our detective hats. We're on a culinary mission to crack the code of one of South India's most delicious and revered dishes, the temple puliyodharai. We're going to find out exactly why it tastes so divine and if we can actually capture that magic at home. And this whole journey really starts with a question that so many of us, just like Samya Venkachalam, have asked ourselves. You know the feeling, right? You taste something incredible, something that just hits different, and you think, why can't I make it taste like this? It's a classic kitchen mystery, and today, we're gonna solve it. So what is the secret, really? Is it some ancient hidden ingredient, or is it all in the technique? Well, we're about to break it all down piece by piece to figure out what takes this dish from just being really, really good to being truly divine. Okay, so before we dive into the secrets that you can use at home, let's just get one thing out of the way. The source makes a great point. Cooking for hundreds of people in gigantic traditional vessels over open wood fires, well, that's going to add a smoky flavor and a character that's pretty much impossible to replicate in a home kitchen. But don't worry, while we can't build a temple kitchen, we can crack the code of the core recipe. Now, for anyone who might not be familiar with it, puliyodharai is basically tamarind rice, and it's a true superstar of South Indian cooking. It is this masterful balancing act of sour from the tamarind, a kick of heat from chilies, and this really deep, savory flavor from a special blend of spices. All right, let's get into it. The first big secret, the absolute foundation of that authentic flavor, is the spice powder. And no, we are not talking about some generic mix you buy in a jar. This is a very specific, freshly roasted and freshly ground blend that basically builds the entire aromatic soul of the dish. Take a look at this list. You see the usual suspects, right? Coriander, chili, pepper. But the real game changer here, the secret weapon, is the use of two different kinds of lentils, chana dal and urad hal dal. When you roast these, they add this incredible, nutty, earthy depth that you just can't get from spices alone. This is what truly sets that temple-style powder apart. And listen, it's not just what's in the mix, it's all about how you make it. The technique is key. You have to roast the tougher dals and spices first, letting them get all golden and fragrant. Then, and this is crucial, the sesame seeds go in for just the last 30 seconds. They toast in the blink of an eye, and if you burn them, the whole batch is bitter. Getting this step right is everything. So we have our aromatic foundation, that incredible spice powder. Now we move on to the second pillar of this dish, the tamarind paste, also known as pulikacha. Think of this as the rich, tangy sauce that carries all that amazing flavor from the spice blend into the rice. This is where the real art of balancing flavors comes into play. The ingredients for the paste itself seem pretty straightforward. You've got your sour tamarind, your earthy turmeric, and that pungent kick from asafoetida. But look at that last one, jaggery. This is the secret balancer. It's not there to make the dish sweet. It's there to take the sharp, acidic edge off the tamarind, creating a much smoother, more complex flavor. Making this paste really happens in two main stages. First up is tempering. This is where you pop things like mustard seeds, dals, and peanuts in hot oil. It's like you're waking them up, releasing all their flavor and creating amazing little bits of texture. Then comes the simmering stage, where you cook down that tamarind and bring in our secret spice powder to create this thick, concentrated flavor bomb of a paste. You can see how each step just builds on the last one. You start by tempering everything until your kitchen smells incredible. Then you cook that raw taste out of the tamarind juice. The magic moment is when you add that spice powder, letting it all simmer and thicken into this rich, dark, glorious paste. And for the grand finale, you stir in that little bit of jaggery to get the balance just right. And here is an absolutely brilliant tip from the source. The gingerly oil or sesame oil isn't just for flavor. If you're generous with it, it actually acts as a natural preservative. That means you can make a big batch of this paste, stick it in the fridge, and have the secret to instant puliyodharai ready to go for weeks. How cool is that? Okay, we've done the hard work. We've cracked the code on the spice powder, and we've built that perfectly balanced paste. Now for the best part, the final blessing. This is where we bring it all together into the finished dish. Now, this looks simple, but the technique is so important. Rule number one, your rice has to be completely cool. If it's warm, it'll get mushy. You want every grain to be separate and fluffy. Then you add that amazing paste and mix gently. The goal here is to coat every single grain of rice with flavor without ever breaking or mashing them. It's all about that perfect texture.